You don't need a six-figure salary to retire a millionaire. You need time, a system, and the discipline to not touch it. That's it. That's the whole video, basically. But stick around, because I want to show you exactly what that looks like with real numbers in a year where inflation is still sticky, interest rates are finally easing, and geopolitical noise, tariffs, the Middle East, the US-China trade relationship has everyone convinced the market is too scary to invest in right now. It isn't. And honestly, this is the part most people get wrong. They wait for the right moment, a calmer news cycle, a dip that feels safe, a year when nothing scary is happening. That moment never comes. There's always a headline designed to make you freeze. Meanwhile, the people quietly becoming millionaires on totally normal salaries aren't the ones timing the news. They're the ones who set up a system years ago and just let it run. And look, I get why it feels different this time. Every generation thinks their crisis is the one that finally breaks the pattern. But the pattern doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about time and consistency. So today, I want to show you two different paths. Same starting salary, same decade, completely different outcomes, and exactly what separates them. Let me show you why. Say you earn the average salary, call it $60,000 a year. If you save just 15% of that consistently, invested in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund averaging historical returns of around 10% annually, you compound your way to seven figures in roughly 30 to 35 years. Not decades of sacrifice, just consistency. In 2026, the 401k contribution limit is $24,500, and if your employer matches even a portion of that, you're getting free money stacked on top of compounding. That match is the closest thing to a guaranteed return you'll ever find in investing. Here's the part that surprises people. The first 10 years barely look like anything. Your balance grows slowly, almost boringly, and it's tempting to think it isn't working. But compounding is backloaded. Most of the growth happens in the final third of the timeline, once your gains start generating their own gains. That's why starting early matters so much more than starting big. Someone who invests modestly at 25 will almost always beat someone who invests aggressively starting at 40. Think of it like planting a tree. Year 1, it's just a stick in the ground, nothing to show for it. But by year 30, that same boring tree is providing more shade than you could have built any other way. Time in the market, not perfect timing, is the actual engine here. And this isn't some rare outcome reserved for people with special knowledge or lucky timing. It's mathematically what happens when money is left alone long enough. The market doesn't reward the smartest investor in the room. It rewards the one who simply didn't quit, didn't panic, and didn't interrupt the process halfway through. Let me introduce you to two people. Let's call them Nigel and Barry. Both British men, both 28, both earning the UK average salary of about £35,000. Same starting point, wildly different outcomes. Nigel gets his first paycheck and immediately sets up an automatic transfer, 15% straight into his stocks and shares ISA, into a global index tracker. He doesn't check it daily. He doesn't panic when the news cycle screams about oil price shocks or a new round of tariffs. He ignores the noise, increases his contribution by 1% every time he gets a raise, and treats market dips as a sale, not a warning sign. 10 years in, he's barely thought about money, and his portfolio has quietly outgrown his salary. Barry, on the other hand, opens a trading app instead of an ISA. He hears someone in the pub mention a can't-miss crypto coin and puts in 3 months of savings. He panic sells during a dip because a headline about a geopolitical flashpoint scared him. He pulls money out to, quote, wait for things to calm down, and then never gets back in, missing the recovery, which historically happens fast and without warning. He pays fees on every trade, chases whatever's trending, and 10 years later, he's roughly where he started, just more anxious about it. Same income, same country, same decade. One of them is on track for £1 million.
The other is on track for a story that starts with, "Well, I would have been rich, but..." Right now, there's a lot to be nervous about. Ongoing trade tensions between the US and China, conflict risk in the Middle East, keeping oil prices jumpy, sticky inflation in some economies, even as central banks start cutting rates, and AI disrupting entire job categories. It's tempting to think, I'll invest when things calm down. Here's the truth. Things never calm down. There was always a reason not to invest. 2008, 2020, 2022. The market has weathered every single one of those and kept climbing over the long run. Nigel's advantage isn't that he's smarter than Barry, it's that he decided the news cycle wasn't his financial advisor. Here's what actually works, whether you're in the US or the UK. 1. Automate it. Percentage-based, automatic, out of sight. Willpower fails, automation doesn't. 2. Capture the match. If your employer offers one, that's an instant 50 to 100% return before you've done anything else. 3. Use tax-advantaged accounts first. 401k or IRA in the US, ISA or pension in the UK, before a regular brokerage account. 4. Increase contributions with every raise, not your lifestyle. 5. Stay invested through the noise. Geopolitical headlines are permanent. Compounding rewards patience, not prediction. Nigel isn't a genius. He's not a day trader, and he definitely didn't time any market bottoms. He just automated a boring decision once and let 3 decades of compounding do what it always does. Barry had the same paycheck in the same shot. He just kept trying to outsmart a system that rewards patience, not activity. You don't need to predict the next crisis. You need a percentage, an index fund, and the discipline to leave it alone. That's the whole method. If this was useful, subscribe for more of these breakdowns, and let me know in the comments, are you a Nigel or a Barry right now? Be honest, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for listening. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more content to help you build a life of intention and power. And more importantly, go grab that notebook. Your new story starts now.
If this message feels like it hit home, that's no accident. It's your inner voice calling for change. And here's the truth. Staying the same won't get you anywhere new, but taking action will. That's exactly why thousands of people just like you have already broken free from living paycheck to paycheck by following a simple, proven blueprint. You don't need special skills, you don't need a second job. What you need is the right system, and it's already helping over 55,000 members build real financial freedom. So, here's your choice. Close this video and go back to business as usual, or click the link below and take your first step towards stability, freedom, and the life you know you're meant to live. The opportunity is here. The question is, are you ready to take it?